It's the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank
the
Show.
Frank.
What? The
Frank,
Frank
the
Show.
Frank.
Come on, the
Frank,
Frank
the
Show.
Frank.
What? The
Frank,
Frank
the
Show.
Frank.
Come on,
Frank,
Frank
the
Show.
Frank.
It's time for the show. Aloha, it's Frank here, the internet's most obnoxious VR enthusiast, and today is New Game Monday, and I have something extremely exciting to share with you. One of my honestly favorite games that I've played so far in virtual reality, Mage's Tale, is coming to PlayStation VR. Now, this was confirmed a while back, and as of June 14th, I believe, the team is working on the game. So I don't know how far along they are, but I'm excited to see it. And hopefully some of the thoughts that I have later when I talk about the controls and porting over to PlayStation VR in this video, maybe they'll watch it, maybe they'll check it out, and maybe you could help. Now, first up, if you've never heard of Mage's Tale and you just read the description of this video, you get to be a wizard. Now, this game has full locomotion, also has teleportation, smooth turning, and click turning options right now on PC. So I'm assuming they're probably going to port those same things over to PlayStation VR. Now, story-wise, you are an apprentice to a wizard, and for some reason, he gets attacked and taken prisoner, and you, the apprentice, gotta save him. But you also got the help of a little buddy that goes along with you. Now, you have to travel from dungeon to dungeon, crafting spells, defeating enemies, and moving your way across, beating bosses to find your master. Now, this game is awesome. At its heart, it's a dungeon crawler with 10 different dungeons ranging from sewers to castles to everything in between. And along the way, you're going to run into tons of different little enemies that are actually very fun, and some of them even get more and more difficult as you move along and you start to get overwhelmed. Now, what is really, really cool about this game is you have full control over your spells. You can, let's start back over. While you're going through the dungeon, you're going to get little objects that you find in chests or find along the ways, and you get to put them inside a toad that pops up, and when he opens his mouth, he sucks in all the objects you give to him, and you get to use those objects later in your workshop. So once you grab these objects, you can pop back into your workshop, which you do by just taking your hands and putting them over your head, and you zoom into your workshop, and in your workshop, you get to make all the spells that you use in the game. So each little item starts with something like a fireball, or like ice, or lightning, or they're all elemental, or air, and then you can add chain effects, or you can add different colors to them, or you can add different damage buffs to them, and then you stir them all up, and then you put them into your arm. And then now you can go right back into the world through a magic mirror portal that you can control as well. And then once you're in the world, you just click a little button on your hand, and you can move your arm in a certain direction, and it picks that spell, which makes it super easy for casting and moving really quick, because you just kind of switch your arm to electricity, throw the electricity, grab it, switch it back on the fire, and it's really, really fun, especially when you're moving around. Just kind of move from the different spells and feel like you kind of like go in and cast. I love it. I love it. I've always loved RPGs, and there's a progression system, so you slowly level up more and more, and every time you hit a new level, you get something like added bonuses, recharge rates lowered, extra health, extra shield, and you slowly become that powerful wizard that is maybe even stronger than the master at the end. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Bard's Tale, which is actually where this game is coming from, it goes between 3 and 4, and you don't even got to worry about doing a story. It has nothing to do with that. It just happens to be in the exact same universe as the Bard's Tale, which is pretty interesting. I haven't played those games, but they've actually been around for a very long time. Now, what I like about this one is just, like I said, I like that you get the spells. I think it's fun to throw those. I think it's interesting. I think all the traps strewn around the dungeons and the little puzzles that you got to do are so much fun. I mean, Skyrim VR is our big RPG that we have at this moment, and I love going in the dungeons. I love figuring out the traps. That's some of my favorite stuff, and getting the different spells. And in this game, you get to make all your own little special spells. You get to go through all the little dungeons. And at your side, you have this little book that you can pop open, and it tells you how much your health is, how much you got little things. You can also hold like an extra health on your side that you can drink later if you need to. And it really is a cool game. There's swords run around that you can kind of use if you want a little bit in combat. But most of the time, you're just using your spells, because who wouldn't want to use their spells? Now you have options to use your left hand or your right hand as your main hand, so you don't even go to worry about that. Now, I think that this is going to be a fantastic game when it comes to PlayStation VR. The story is super fun. The characters are well detailed and done well. The voice acting is actually not too bad for a VR game. The visuals are top notch on PC, and I'm pretty sure they're going to work pretty hard to bring it over to at least a similar level of quality. I mean, everything's got a nice gleam and polish to it without it being overdone or oversaturated. I mean, they really did a great job on this world, and it's a very familiar RPG dungeon crawler feel, but when you're in VR and with such a polished feel to it, it's nice. It's nice. I mean, honestly, that switching the spells and throwing them just sells me. It's so much fun. I played for like 2 hours earlier. That's where we're getting all this gameplay from. I played on the Rift, and I just love this one, you guys, and I cannot wait for it to hit PlayStation VR. Now, let's talk about controls. Now, with one hand, you move yourself around, and with the other hand, you can teleport. Now, I'm assuming that they're probably going to use the move button, or I'm hoping that they use the move button a la Skyrim, where you hold it and you go in different directions rather than the different button presses for different directions. Now, the button presses are fine if they want to do like a backup something on the button press, but I think that they should just have those for the move button, moving in a direction, pointing back if you want to go backward, much better. On the other hand, they have the teleport option, which will make it so much easier. That way you can just teleport with this hand, or you can free move with that hand if you really want to, which is how it works on the PC right now. Now, with the other buttons, I think that they should have the options, of course. They're going to have you turning on probably the bottom two. I think left and right. I think that there should be smooth turning with that too. Maybe even an option of pressing both of them down and doing the kind of gorilla style smooth turning. I personally like that. I don't mind it, but maybe some people get kind of turned off to that one, so it's not going to work while you're moving quickly. But I think having smooth turning on those two buttons, even if you hold them and it's smooth turning, be super, super great. And the other thing that I've noticed is a lot of items are placed on the floor in this game. And that's not bad because they do give you the option to kind of teleport it into your hand, but a lot of players still want to go down and reach and grab. Now, on PlayStation VR, we have no problem with this area, but as soon as we get into the reaching up higher or reaching down lower, a lot of people don't have the camera in the right spot for both of those. They might have up high, they might have down low, and I think that if there was a crouch option for maybe one of the other buttons on your move controller, then you could duck down and get it, and you still have a free button to click for your spell wheel to come up. So you click your spell wheel comes up, put your little thingies, and then boom, you have your trigger to fire your spells. You don't have to worry about anything. And that is how I think the perfect controls for the most part would be for this game. And I think everybody would love it. Now, the options menu in this game is phenomenal. You get to grab things, drink them, and you pick your options. I mean, this game to a T is really, really, really a fun thing. There's tons of collectibles. There's tons of things hidden. There's little hidden passages. I mean, they did a great job with Mage's Tale, and it got tons of great reviews when it came out on PC and was top-selling game on Oculus for a while. Now, this thing does offer, they're saying 10 hours of content. I've read that people did 12 hours. I've read that people did 7 hours. So it really just depends on how much time you spend in the world, how much you enjoy crafting different spells, and if you just want to rush through everything. I mean, you're not going to spend as much time, but right now it's $30 on PC. I'm assuming it's probably going to be the same price on PlayStation, if not maybe like $5, $10 more, but even if it's $40, I mean, this is a quality title as long as they get the tracking and everything ported correctly, and the hand controls will most definitely be a move title. There's not going to be any other way. You need your hands. The hands are the only way that it works, and I cannot wait to see it hit PlayStation VR, and I'm happy that it's in production, and I think this is going to be one of the ones that really surprises people like Moss did, and everyone's just really going to love it and fall in love with the characters and fall in love with the story and just have fun in VR with a well-crafted, not just like a crummy asset-filled RPG, a well-crafted RPG for virtual reality with a nice progression system. Now, thank you for coming through. This is your Monday video. Mage's Tale from In Exile Entertainment, coming to PlayStation VR, God knows when, but it is coming our way, and it is a whole lot of fun. And if you guys want, just let me know in the comments. I can put a full gameplay up. We can even stream it on the Rift if you want to check it out. It does not matter to me, but honestly, I'd rather wait to play it more on PlayStation VR. Now, thank you all for coming through. You're amazing, most beautiful audience in the world, and as always, if you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR and you don't mind this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe. I mean, come on, smudges. Monday through Friday,
Frank Show.
Monday through Friday,
Frank Show. Body on YouTube, body on Frank Show, body on YouTube, body on Frank Show.
and that's how you do an outro.
I know what else to do.